At the start of the film, we see multiple candles burning in front of a portrait of a man named Mulya, as if people are worshipping him. The room is filled with various objects associated with magic. Meanwhile, a boy named Lin reads something before quickly hiding a special bottle inside a book box. As this happens, the lights begin flickering, and then everything goes dark. Lin senses that someone might be outside, so he rushes to check. As he steps outside, he hears rustling in the fields, as if someone passed by quickly. He believes Mulya, his teacher and the leader of the village, must be near. As he moves forward, he spots blood on the grass, which grows in intensity with each step. After walking a little further, he finds Mulya's lifeless body. As Lin touches him, Mulya's head falls off. The scene cuts and we are introduced to three friends. Ainun, who is a huge fan of Mulya, Rin, and Bagas. Mulya is well known for removing evil energies from people. Ainun aspires to be just like Mulya and practices his methods alongside Rin. While Ainun is trying to help her friend by shaking her head, Bagas interrupts, saying that evil energies don't leave this way. He insists that they should pray to keep the evil energies away instead. Later, the two girls return to their hostel, an Islamic school. Upon watching TV, they see a show about Mulya. In it, Mulya is praised for his ability to heal, and it further intensifies Ainun's admiration for him. Ainun begins mimicking Mulya's actions. Soon after, Ainun's teacher enters and advises her to pray, cautioning that relying too much on Mulya is dangerous. The teacher believes that if someone is ill, they should go to a doctor, not to people like Mulya. However, Ainun dismisses the teacher's words and continues watching TV, telling her that she will pray later. The scene transitions to Mulya's place, where a man is sitting with his daughter outside the office. He looks worried but reassures her that they will soon be very rich. He heads to Mulya, who already knows what the man wants. Without hesitation, Mulya places his hand on the man's box, and while chanting something, he stabs the man's hand. The man winces in pain as blood starts to spill, but Mulya quickly places his hand back on the box, chants once again, and heals the man's deep wound in an instant. The man opens the box to find it filled with money. Greed overtakes him, and he demands more. Mulya warns that the man must make a sacrifice in return, which the man agrees to. Meanwhile, the man's daughter performs ablution outside. As she does, the door keeps opening on its own. After closing it several times, she starts to pray, but behind her, a demon suddenly appears, drawing closer. The scene cuts to a night sequence with Ainun and Rin. As they walk back from the market, Rin realizes she has forgotten something and leaves to retrieve it. Ainun, left alone, begins to have a vision. It's of Mulya standing in darkness, telling her that she will soon become like him. He then cuts his own throat, causing blood to spill. Terrified, Ainun collapses. When Rin returns, there is no trace of the vision. She helps Ainun back to their hostel, where they learn that Mulya is indeed dead. Was the vision real? Ainun also discovers that she is actually Mulya's daughter, and Yuak, whom she had always thought of as her father, was not her biological father. Her real mother had sent her to Yuak for a better upbringing and had kept her from meeting Mulya. This revelation makes Ainun lose trust in Yuak, and she decides to attend Mulya's funeral. Yuak doesn't try to stop her decision and leaves, giving her the things her real mother had left for her. Ainun becomes emotional, remembering her past. The next morning, she, Bagas, and Rin head to Mulya's funeral. The villagers are shocked to hear that Ainun's father had been absent for so many years. Ainun reveals that Yuak had lied about her not wanting to meet Mulya. She had always believed her parents were dead. As they travel, Ainun sees the same demon from before. It calls her by name, and she is terrified. However, Rin and Bagas don't see or hear anything. When they finally arrive at the village, everyone is mourning Mulya's death. Lin, the boy from the beginning of the film, approaches Ainun, possibly recognizing her. He tells her that if she wishes, she can bathe Mulya's body. This feels odd to Rin, who questions why a woman would bathe a man. Bagas suggests it might be a tradition in the village. Ainun agrees to perform the ritual, and as she looks at Mulya's body, notices that his throat was cut in the exact same way as in her vision. After completing the ritual, Ainun leaves. At the funeral, Mulya's body is to be buried, but something is strange. His face has turned black, and no prayers are being offered. Instead, Lin recites unusual prayers. Ainun, Rin, and Bagas are unaware of what's happening. Once the rituals are done, Lin tells Ainun that Mulya has left something for her. Lin, however, stops Rin and Bagas from accompanying Ainun. They meet a pregnant woman named Ajeng, who reveals herself to be Ainun's third mother. Ainun learns that her real mother did not want her to meet Mulya, and she becomes upset by this. Later, Lin gives Ainun a book and tells her that Mulya's powers were passed down to her. Meanwhile, Bagas and Rin start to question the strange events happening around them, including the fact that the mosque is deserted. They learn that the villagers don't pray anymore because of the evil energies in the village. Things start to escalate when Ainun begins exhibiting strange behavior. She becomes more and more possessed by a demonic force, and it's clear that the village's dark past is catching up with her. The friends struggle to figure out how to break the curse and free Ainun from the demon's grip. As they investigate, they uncover more about Mulya's past, including his use of black magic and sacrifices made to gain demonic powers. In the end, they realize that only Ainun's blood relative, Rahmath, can stop the evil by killing her. However, this comes with its own risks, as Rahmath may become possessed himself. As Ainun's demonic possession intensifies, the villagers start to realize that she's no longer human. They tie her to a tree to prevent further destruction. Lin, Ainun's biological father, reveals that he had orchestrated everything, intending for Ainun to inherit Mulya's powers. In a final confrontation, Rahmath, Ainun's brother, takes the responsibility of killing Mulya's demon, but must face the terrible consequences of doing so. The villagers, led by Bagas, pray together in an attempt to break the curse. Ainun, in her final moments, regains her humanity and rejects the demonic force inside her. The film concludes with Ainun's redemption as she continues to pray for forgiveness, showing that faith and strength can overcome evil.